Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Toledo Rockets, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
Well, today we have a beautiful contest in Texas Stadium where the football is kicked off into the night air. As you saw, the Toledo Rockets are in town. Now, this is a good contest. A really warm night, about 77 degrees, with the bumblebees and things still flying in the midnight air. But yet, it's a beautiful Saturday night game. Texas comes out in a 3-by-1 look with a 2-high safety for Toledo. Back to throw, Wesovic has time. He's hit in his back, and the football is dumped into the middle of the field. For those that are visually impaired, the Texas Longhorns are going, if we turn the screen sideways, from right to left. And we have the Texas Longhorns wearing beautiful, they're peach, like orange, burnt orange jerseys, white pants, white helmet, as Randall Money busts a run up the gut for about 20 yards. And Toledo is wearing white jerseys, white pants with blue helmets. They got the army-like blue, solid color blue, not glossy. So we got a 3-by-1 look again, where we're going to have quarterback back to throw. There's an out route to the tight end who squeezes past the 40-yard line of Toledo to the 39, where there's going to be a 2nd and 5 for Texas. Texas is the #1 team in the country at this stage, 6-0. Toledo is 3-4. But this is not an easy contest, as you'll see. There's an inside give to Gouveia, the fullback, who pushes forward for 4 yards. Gouveia used to be a tailback in his freshman, sophomore, and even junior season, but now he's a senior playing fullback to make room for Randall Money to start at tailback. We got a double tight look. There's the trap action with 62, came and kicked out 56 as he emerged for the first down yardage. Randall Money pushed through the crowd after a jab step, a counter step backwards to allow trap action to occur from the left guard. So now we got trips right again. This seems to be a constant formation as of right now. Tight end taps his helmet for the adjustment. See what happens. Wesovic back to throw. There's a crossing route with the tight end. It's taken away, and the football is thumbed out of the air by the outside linebacker who sat in zone coverage to take that pass away. Now with 2nd and 10, we're going to go heavy. We give it to Gouveia, the fullback. He makes it respectable for a 3rd and 5. A rack pose in at tailback. This is a beautiful night for college football. We have a double tight look again, as I'm probably going to run trap action to get Randall Money. Now there's a change. I'll be running trap action to the left. There's not enough room there. As the defensive tackle came down the line, worked his way, and made the stop. So now it's 4th and 4, and we'll see what happens. There's no deep safety. The safeties are pressed. And we got a 2-by-2 look, and there's a timeout call. The Texas offense decides to call a timeout, rethinking the process, looking at the formation maybe. But they come back out again with, I think, is a 3-by-1 look to give this to the running back, and he doesn't make it. Quarterback, coach is bent over as Texas sacrifices the football in the first drive. A good play by the Toledo linebacker to scrape off of blocks to stuff the runner in the lane before he was able to pick up a first down. So now Toledo has the first down to their own 42-yard line where they'll start. Back to throw a slant, which is caught 6 yards down the line, and they're going to hurry up. It's 12 minutes left in the first quarter. 2-by-2 look. The slant route was caught quickly, and he was tackled after a 6-yard pickup, the receiver from the left side. Now there's an inside give power to the running back number 23, who picks up the first from a spread formation, and he came from left to right across the formation to pick up the first. There's a tight end attached to the right. Play action, quarterback's number 7 back to throw. He slings it down the sideline. The pass is complete to wide receiver number 89, and he scores. Touchdown, Toledo. The sideline was wide open. The cornerback was underneath. The safety was screaming to come over the top, and there was a bullet thrown by number 7, which dropped on the 10-yard line and detonated at the 5 in a touchdown. Jalen Conrad, quarterback, number 7, which puts Toledo right in front immediately. I'd like to thank everybody who is in participation of this particular episode of the NCAA College Football 2025. I am Coach Barham Goodwin, a.k.a. Motel Granted the Great, as your commentator, play-by-play analyst. This is Chris Jones, my buddy, who name was changed after a while and is advanced the football to the 17-yard line where Texas starts again on offense. Now down 7-0. Let's see how how Texas responds. There's a stoppage in the action. There's already going to be an adjustment made possibly at this point. But I'd like to alert everybody to some of our other channels. I have a Motel Granted channel, which has MOTELLGRANITE, where I have other activity. I'm basically marketing Motel Granted. So that's one plug for what we're doing. I'll give more as time goes along. We got trips right, and there's a flag thrown. Delay a game is too much time. Wesovic is out here struggling early in this game with Toledo. TU is putting on pressure, and Texas is folding. So it's 1st and 15 now from the 12-yard line. Double tight look. There's trap action. 53, the left guard, the right guard wrapped around in front of Randall Money, who took the counter step and pushed forward to the left side of the line where the linebacker met and clogged up the hole, and it was only a 2-yard gain. So now it's 2nd and 13. 2-by-2 look. Trips look, to the left. Wesovic making a change to look like my slot receiver in the middle, and now my tight end are going to adjust their routes. Both of them are running crossing routes. The tight end makes the catch, Ojumo, and he's close to a first down. It's 3rd and 6 to Vita. That's something that I like to do to you young kids or play callers. I like to run floods. And a flood is when there's multiple receivers or blockers into one space. So you saw 2 receivers run into the same direction, which confuses zone coverage, it floods it, and it also confuses man coverage. This time we had Jimmy Bugs plow up the middle for the first down. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Toledo is packed up front, expecting run, and Arakpo gets it and still gains 4 yards right up the middle. Arakpo is another running back. He's a freshman running back, Arakpo. And so now we have a double tight look. This is a goal line look. The give is to Gouveia, the fullback. He bounces to his right, gets popped in his back, catapults forward for 4 yards, and makes it 3rd and 1 with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Somewhat press coverage from the star on the right side. Here's a short motion from right to left. We're running inside power. There's Arakpo, the freshman. He's hit, gets the first down, and is to the 42-yard line. And now Texas offense is starting to heat up a little bit along with the Saturday night air in Austin. We got a double tight look. 2 deep look by the safeties. They're expecting pass. We got stretch with Randall Money, who looked like he could have bounced it outside, chose to stick it inside of the hole and got 1 yard. It did look like the defensive end or the outside containment did turn the outside blocker, the tight end. He had inside leverage on him, riding the tight end out, so I understand why he cut it inside to try to salvage as much as he could. So now it's 2nd and 9. 2 deep safety look, which tells me Toledo is expecting pass. The cornerbacks are off. We got 1 press coverage in the zone, and he blitzes. The sidearm ball is thrown to the right to the tight end is thrown into the stands nearly. Sidearmed, and Wesovic nearly threw this football out into the parking lot. 3rd and 9. Here's a 2-by-2 look. Inside give to Bugs, who has the first down with ease. He's into Toledo territory as the sea parted open in the middle, and Jimmy Bugs ran clean through it. No deception to the left, no deception to the right. Straight power up the gut out of a naked look. So that gave the blockers some space to clear out their guys personally. Now the football rests on the 37-yard line of Toledo. The stretch is to Randall Money to the left. He crosses the 35-yard line, and the football is marked exactly on top of it. So we got 3 receivers to the left, trips left. Wesovic making the changes. The out route by number 1, the big tight end, makes the catch, and now Texas again is driving. 7 minutes, 38 seconds left on the clock. Texas down 7-0 to Toledo, who struck fast with a vertical route down the right sideline for a touchdown to number 89. Here we go. Run action through Arakpo. Tailback, freshman tailback, pushes it for 2 yards before he's blocked by block. Trips to the right. Looks like it's going to be an out route. 82. The pass is complete to the receiver on the left, number 82. Frederick Bryant, tight end. So I do have a tight end on both sides, flanked in the wide receiver positions, as well as having tight ends in a double stack. This was the year I think I didn't have any receivers. Trips left. I seem to stay in this formation quite a bit. Football on the 15-yard line. Making adjustments to the tight end in the slot to the left. He runs the out route. The cornerback sits on it and spanks the football down by the thigh pad of the wide receiver. Could have been intercepted by Emmett Bradbury, the junior from Nebraska, wearing number 11, who is going to show up again. Double tight look. Here we go. We run the stretch left. Money turns the corner and gets the football to the 8-yard line, which makes it 3rd and 3. Money has 7 carries, 34 yards, and his long was a 17-yarder. The junior from Florida, number 28, wearing the Warwick Dunn jersey, who also was in Florida State, and then playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They give us to Gouveia, the fullback, up the gut to the left, off behind the left guard in the 0 hole or either the 3 hole, depending on what you want to call it. And got the football close, so now it's 4th and inches. Beautiful night for football. Texas is driving. Toledo has both tackles inside of the 1 hole on either side of the tackle, the center. The give is to Money up the gut, and he walks in for a touchdown. I want to see if both D tackles who was in, 0 is when you're over the top of the center. The 1 gap is right outside of the center. Both D tackles was in that hole. I want to find out if they got kicked. What happened to both D tackles? I couldn't tell from that video. I'm not going to rewind it, but looked like one of them got washed out. One got washed out by the center, and one got washed out by the guard. That's what happened. You see that 78 is taking these steps and just walking the D tackle out of there. So he basically got evicted from his own apartment and didn't get any notice. It's number 78. I think that's Cole, who drove him right out of there. And sometimes we say this is the difference between Division I in mid-level or mid-major programs. But don't count out Toledo. It's not over. Promise you. I'm only going to show you a lot of the first half action, the first quarter action. And then I'll stop it there because I don't know how long the recording will last or will work. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, right now we got Toledo has the football at their own 25-yard, the 20-yard line. Back to throw. He has all day. He fires it down the sideline again to number 89. This time, he sails the football out of bounds. So they tried to go back to the well twice, and this time there was no water. We got press coverage. The field looks pretty wide open deep. Back there, there's a inside give to number 34, who is a big tailback, and he only gains 3 yards. So now it's 3rd and 7, and Toledo appears to be in trouble. 2-by-2 look, barking out signals with the crowd going crazy. There's a give to the running back who slashes across the formation in a zone look and picks up about 4 yards, which makes it 4th and 3, and Toledo is going to punt for the first time. The football lifts into the Texas night. Metcalf / Chris Jones / Gammons settles up underneath it at the 40 and gains 6 yards to the Texas 46. Now the football is inside of the huge Texas symbol in the middle of the field almost. Cole, who is the center, is the one with that block. You see 4 of my offensive linemen have stars up underneath them, as the out route is complete for 8 yards to number 1, my tight end, as the Toledo coverage is a little bit loose, allowing the out route but nothing else at this time. Number 24, watch him too, because he's dangerous as well. He's dangerous. So now we got a double tight look with 2 tight ends on the outside. And we're going to probably run stretch. Here we go. We're running stretch right. They give us the Money, who pushes behind the double team action. The zone look going to the right this time. And we got number 99 complaining about being held. You'll see him too later in some action. We got 4 minutes left in the first quarter, and it's 7-7, and Texas is starting to take control. We got a goal line formation. The give is to Arakpo, the freshman. He cuts to his right outside of the center in the 2 hole, which is right next to where the center. So it's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 to your right, and 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 to your left. So that time he crashed to his right in the 2-hole and pushed the football for a first down. So now the football is on the 29-yard line. I formation. Stretch left. They give this to Money, who runs so fast that he beat his fullback to this zone run. That's how fast Randall Money is. He got in front of the blocks and got tackled after a 2-yard gain. We got a single high safety. Both cornerbacks are off, peeled off. We got the route change. We got an out route to the right. The ball is slung sideways. The tight end made a jump and made the catch, stayed in bounds, and was pushed out by the corner. So now it's 3rd and inches. Toledo is now playing off coverage. They are, for some reason, allowing at this stage these out routes, but that's going to change. Now we got press coverage. We still got our formation, single high safety to give us the money up the gut. He branches it to his left. He ran through the 0 hole, broke it over to the 1 to the left, advanced the football to the 8-yard line where he was tackled there by the free safety. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Texas is driving, and Toledo has a game plan, and they're allowing space to be given. They got press coverage on the outside, single high safety, double tight look, stretch to the right to give us the money. He's tackled at the 5-yard line. The D tackle scraped down, recognized zone, got across the face of the backside tackle, backside guard, and slid down because he's a good player and stopped the runner at the 5 and got Money, who's very fast, got to him first. The pass is set up for a screen, but there was no room, no time, as the pressure from the D tackle came right up the gut. Number 91, Kosar, very quick, got to the quarterback and disrupted the timing on the first time we ran screen. So do we try it again? Here we go. We're pressed. Now we're going to run Bugs to the right, up the 2-hole, and he has a first down and a touchdown. Excuse me. And now he's patting his helmet, celebrating to the crowd that's going crazy.
That's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
Now the extra point. And Texas is now starting to take command, but don't lose sight of this Toledo program. There's a lot more in store. Football is kicked into the peach or burnt orange end zone where number 80 takes a knee. Football will come out to the 25-yard line where Toledo offense will start. This game is far from being over. This first half I'm going to show, and it's lethal. It's very, just pay attention. We got stretch to the right as the running back runs a stretch to the right, which would be in the 8-hole going to the right, and he picked up 1 yard. We got a 2-by-2 look to give us to him running stretch again. This time he runs through the 6-hole and gains 1 more yard. So now it's 3rd and 8. Same play twice. Same results. 1 yard on the first play, 1 yard on the second play. 3rd and 8. 2 deep safeties. Empty set for the quarterback. Changing the route even though the crowd is going crazy. A guy coming across the middle, number 3, is wide open. Makes the catch and advances the football to the 44-yard line of Texas. He was wide open, zone coverage. Texas was running, got caught. So now we got trips to the right. Quarterback back to throw, quick set, fires up the right side again to number 89, who ran I don't know if he ran a wheel route, but the football is now on the 15-yard line. There's 2 catches for number 89. He could be over 100 yards already receiving in the first quarter. 50 seconds to go. Through a screen, a quick screen which was a long distance to the wide receiver on the left at the 10-yard line, 2nd and 5. From the 10, Toledo inside the red zone. Quarterback runs a play action, fake give, and kept it. Ran to the outside, didn't gain anything, actually lost a yard. 3rd and 6. 2 backs. Back to throw, quick set. He has all day, runs out of time, and is sacked. The coverage from Texas was good. The quarterback had time. He had room. Nobody was open. Texas gets credit for the defense. The quarterback ate the sack instead of giving up the football in terms of a turnover. Still keeps the offense and an opportunity to kick a field goal to try and close this gap to 14 and 10. The football is inside of the hash to the left. Ball is up through the middle of the uprights. 14 and 10. Texas.
Close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24.
So now we got a 1st and 10 with 2 seconds left in the first quarter. And Texas comes out in a wildcat look. Here comes the motion, the give. He turned, he couldn't turn the corner. Number 6 did an excellent job of holding on to his waistline and dragging down the 6 foot, 255 pound Sergio Gouveia, trying to run outside zone in the wildcat look from motion. Didn't make it. Good tackle by number 6. The cornerback was able to hold on. So it's a close game in first quarter. It's 14 to 10 into the first quarter. We're starting the second quarter, and this game is heating up. Here's a 2-by-2 look. Bugs up the gut. He branches to his left. Cuts past the safety who took a bad angle. He's to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20-yard line before he's tackled by the safety from the other side who was able to run him down. Jimmy Bugs ran up the gut, broke off past the 0 hole, past the 1, branched back over to the right side of the field where he dodged the safety and was able to clear and almost went all the way, nearly running past every Toledo defender before he was finally tackled by number 27, the backside safety who was able to catch him before he got all the way loose and scored a touchdown. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Jimmy Bugs, 91 yards rushing on 5 carries. Here we go, I formation. Randall Money is in. Gouveia's at fullback. Wesovic at quarterback. Single high safety. The box is loaded. Long count, Wesovic. 82 is in the slot. The give is to Money up the gut, nowhere. He ran it in a 2 hole where he was stuffed by David Kozar, who's a sophomore from Wisconsin. That's the same defensive end that disrupted and blew up the screen pass to the right earlier. Now the safety shoots up in the gap to come over top of Cole, the center. There's no deep safety. We run a wildcat. Here's the give it to Gouveia. He turns the corner. He's to the 6-yard line before he's finally tackled. The outside linebacker was able to grab him and pull him down before he walked into the end zone. That's 2 wildcat plays. Here we go, inside of the zone. I'll let you listen.
Got the big first down.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, part of making the running back screen work is you really have to sell it. You got to let that pass rush get upfield and throw it at the last possible second. And man, he got lit up on it.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into
This game is far from over. This is a great run by Randall Money. Right up the gut, the zero hole.
Unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays.
The cornerback off the left almost blocked that.
From the 4. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26.
So now we got, it looks like don't check out yet. Toledo is not done. So it's 13 minutes left in the second quarter, and this is not over. So it's 2 backs. A tight end is one of them. So we got cross action. This is a little bit of what Ohio State runs with the tight end wham. Broke off to the left, and now Toledo is going fast, 2nd and 5. The running back actually burst through and got enough yards to make it close, 3rd and 1, as they're going hurry up.
They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
The Rockets line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Toledo kicks the ball off.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line.
There's not a lot of space.
Here comes the Texas offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over a football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now
Single high
you see
safety.
How the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
You know,
Toledo is still playing off on the corner, which creates a lot of space right now.
that as a coordinator and play caller, you can call that route all day.
Caught near the sideline, it's Bryant. He's run out of bounds.
Now Texas is just picking them apart with these out routes. But Toledo's going to get hip to it, I promise.
Cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you.
That time you saw number 6 getting a little bit closer. Now we got press coverage.
Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And
There it
the
is.
ball picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Block is a defensive end who sank into coverage and picked off the ball. I told you Toledo is not going to allow this to happen all day. They seem to have a bend but don't break concept. Connor Block, the senior right end, sank out of the offensive line, got back into coverage. The senior from South Carolina made the interception and ran it down the sideline to put Toledo right back into position.
You got field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quick.
And here's a hitch route
Gotta capitalize on this field
for
position.
Toledo.
Must come away with points here if you're on
To the 20, the red zone.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of down.
That time, Ray Peters, the running back, got across and picked up the 1st down.
to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Just trying to power it ahead. They pick up 5 balls.
He cut that one in the 2-hole and got 5 yards.
And remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. shotgun, they'll run it. And he was able to run through one tackle.
Peters is getting going now. 3rd and 1.
Move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short.
That football was dropped. The receiver was hit. There was a collision at the 1-yard line. He dropped it, and Toledo's going to settle for a field goal attempt.
Field goal kicker. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out.
That football barely squeaked into the left upright, but nonetheless is good as Toledo draws a little bit closer.
Guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football.
21-13.
Air Force has put on a majestic performance today, jumping out to an early lead and building on it from there. And now we have ourselves a blowout. They're up by 21 over Boise State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that with Kevin.
Texas on their own 22, I formation, tight end to the right, double safeties.
They go to the ground. Really nice job to squirt his way.
Random Money plowed through a hole, the zero hole, pushed forward in the I formation power, and got about 9 yards.
Now make that 2nd down really
Press coverage.
manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
No deep safety.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it.
Didn't have time to throw the go route. Number 7 was wide open, but there was no room because the pressure got there, and he was going to try to fire it down the field to the right side in the trips with no deep safety, but he couldn't get it off because number 54 did an excellent job of coming up and disrupting the play. We got a goal line formation.
To get off the field. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Great pickup.
A rack pole twisting, turning sideways as he pushes forward for another 1st down to the 45-yard line with 10 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Texas up 21-13. Pay attention.
Who just knows how to move the chains.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. At the 45 on its way. Make the stop at the 40.
A rack pole up the gut for another 15-yard run.
What a nice run there. And I tell you, Texas has always been a place where there have been outstanding running backs. This guy is
Single high safety, cornerbacks off.
speed, he's got power. It always seems like it takes multiple defenders to bring him down. Huge weapon in this offense.
Number 24 getting a little bit closer in the outside coverage, playing corner.
I think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
And that pass will be jarred.
There's 2 deep safeties. That time, number 11, Emmett Bradbury, the corner, was on that route. See how they're getting closer.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Timeout called by the offense.
9 minutes left, 21-13 for Texas. Here we go, 3rd and 10.
Huge stat, and this one would be a deuce.
Single high safety.
Power football with the run. He just broke the set.
Bugs got the 1st down with the football stretched out, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Of teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today another good run by this running back.
Outside linebacker came across to make the tackle. They give us to a rack pull up the gut. A rack pull turns to his left, 8 yards.
Yards like that as he gets to the 22.
Listen, defense is about the energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation now becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
They give it to Govea up the gut, the fullback formation, shooting straight up the 1 hole. And that time he picked up about 10 yards himself. 1st and goal from the 10.
The right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You can tell.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players,
There's a touchdown by Random Money. and he pushes the ball into the end zone, dragging number 31, the linebacker, with him, and bouncing off of the safety who tried to meet him in the hole. Bradbury came across and got spun, and now Texas is going for the extra point, and the extra point is good. It is 28-13 with 8 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half.
The capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Rockets offense is back on the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when the plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
2 successful running plays by Peters to the left.
He'll do it himself. Hits the spin cycle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Quarterback kept it and shrugged off defenders itself.
The play-action fake. Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this.
He was
defense
sacked,
on
3rd and 8.
From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. With the catch, it's Peters. He will step out of bounds, but not...
Running back Peters made the catch, got the first down, bounced off of several defenders, and keeping the drive alive.
That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down.
Peters, 9 yards to the left. He's the entire offense. Superman.
Will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He's looking to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rockets! Well, they started with horrible field.
It was play action to Peters, right? He's been going crazy. Superman. Play action, throws the ball down the field to Zach, the receiver, Anthrop, who had the first touchdown, and climbs over the top of a DB, the safety, right over the top of his shoulders. Right over the shoulders in his outstretched hands, and made the catch. Anthrop, the junior from Ohio, stretched out like Lynn Swan to make this catch for a touchdown. Now it's 28-20. Don't blink.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for blockers. And they'll haul down the returner to start
Toledo
the
didn't-
drive.
They didn't travel this far to lose. They got something to say about it. Pay attention.
These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got...
That was a 2-deep safety look by Texas, and they ran a dig route inside by the tight end for first down yardage.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
6 minutes left.
Looking to move it through the air. Quick completion on the outbound. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
That's another out route, teasing number 24. Nobody deep. Look at this. No safeties.
He's looking to throw. Going to take a shot. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring. So they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long.
Texas has been throwing these little dink and dunk short routes. Toledo finally made a secondary naked, brought everybody up for press cover to try to prevent the short route, and lo and behold, what happens? But right on top of your head, Bradbury, who's very aggressive as a cornerback, you'll see, very aggressive, gets nosy, gets close, and gets burned.
One more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, and they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Yes, they will.
In a football game, how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
Nice spin move by Peters off of the offset eye, banging forward for a first down.
What just happened the previous drive? You got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Peters stuffed.
In the hurry up. They'll go to the ground.
Peters.
They made the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
3rd and 5.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Going to try to pop one on the screen.
Middle screen pass to
They made
Peters.
the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down, and much more really good execution by this offense.
Trips right. 2 deep safety. The give is to Peters. Play action. Throws down the left sideline. Pass is complete to number 16.
Excellent awareness to get that foot in bounds. And the Rockets come to the line with a new set of downs.
Toledo went vertical down the sideline, and the ball was caught down by the 18 in the red zone.
From the red zone, it's Peters. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The give is to Peters.
11.
Makeshift eye.
Running back searching for a hole. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
The give is to Peters.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. Quarterback all over the place, trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down.
He had all day to throw. The coverage was there. We saw this earlier where his quarterback had plenty of time to throw the football, but you have to give credit to the #1 defense in college football. This is what he's looking at. There's nothing to throw, and with that goal line being packed in back there, it's almost like having an extra person to gang up on you. So the coverage is pressed in tighter. There's nowhere to throw it, and Toledo settles for another field goal.
Kevin Connor's in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker room.
35-23. 3 minutes left.
Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down.
2 deep save to the crossing route again, Dig.
He's looking to throw. Caught near the sideline, it's Bryant. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Out route complete.
Set of downs for this offense. To the air on first down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark. They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open.
It's naked again, no safeties.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the...
Quarterback had the seam route up the right, which was there before. This time he chose the out route.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down.
2:30 left.
Changing the plays at the line. The aerial assault continues. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Man, that would just sail up. He's trying to throw it to his wide receiver out wide towards the sideline. Obviously, a difficult play to make, but he was a little bit off the mark on that.
Morgan Crenzel, the free safety, got it.
Keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field.
Jimmy Bugs was stuffed by Jaron Presley, the middle linebacker from Louisiana. He didn't get the first. Now Toledo has the football with 2:14 left before halftime.
He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Tight end shrugs off.
Maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break.
Offside eye.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Catch in the middle. It's Bauer. Touchdown, Toledo. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
That slot ran a vertical route, got behind the safety, and made that catch for the touchdown, number 12, who I actually have in a picture on one of my thumbnails for the other video. 35-30, Texas.
Pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it. Everybody wants that. But your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision. You decided to go for it, but didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So
24 getting closer.
The field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute some points on the board.
On second down, he'll fire. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good
Bradbury, 11, who's a star corner.
Here, the coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one over.
24, getting closer.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Here comes the offense on second down.
2D safety.
He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
24 appears to be a little bit frustrated.
Set him down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to find his man.
Got him. There it is. Enough of that. Playing with 24. Got him.
Offense.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Damian Ebrium, the sophomore from Indiana, with the pick. And now Toledo has the football.
Back on the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. And if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have had all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. Guess what? This game is far from over.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He wants to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Toledo's on the 4-yard line, getting ready to take the lead with 41 seconds left. Heavy formation in the backfield.
1st and goal. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
The free safety shot up the gap and made the sack.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He's got the back in the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass.
Touchdown!
He makes the catch in the end zone.
Toledo takes the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football.
Toledo said we didn't travel all the way from Ohio to lose here in the heat in Texas. And they're right back in it with the lead. Told you don't blink. Toledo Rockets.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room.
Toledo up 37-35 with 8 seconds left before halftime. And that's it. Thank you for watching.